Coming up on this week's DIZ Pod, we do a deep dive into Fort Wilderness and we go deeper into Jollywood. It's Cathy's review coming up next. And welcome everyone to the DIZ Pod. Dare I say, episode 23, maybe. Let me bring in Lawrence. You don't look like Lawrence. All right, there you are. Everyone's here. Kathy's here. Lawrence is here. Is this episode 23? Or am I getting ahead of my skis here?
No,
23.
You're good.
It is 23,
yeah.
And the voice is probably 75% now. So I'm happy about that. Still try to be conscious of not overdoing. And I really hate that my voice has been a topic of a conversation like 4 times since Christmas. It's crazy. It's like, what's going on?
It was definitely rough. Probably the roughest that I've heard it Saturday in the year that it's been.
Technically, it wasn't the year, but do you remember my time at Universal?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes. I was there.
No, you were not there.
No,
I was alone.
Yeah.
I had no one. And if I've ever needed anyone, it was then. I didn't have Tammy. I didn't have Jacob. I didn't have Neil. I didn't have you. I had no one. And I don't know. Like I probably just talked like this leading up to that moment. And I'm like, I think I can do it. And as soon as I was like, hey, everyone, it was like, oh, no, I'm in trouble. So that was tough. So there's been 4 bouts of that. Let's hope that this is it. Well, I was going to say this is it for 2023. 2023 is almost done. This is crazy. 2023 is almost done.
Thanksgiving next week. We're already talking about Luminous and Festival of the Holidays. Like it's rolling right along.
Tell me that didn't come quick, right?
Crazy.
It came so quick.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party just began like a month ago.
Right.
And whoosh.
I want to rewind that.
You want to rewind that?
I do. I had fun that night.
It'll be a good thing, I was thinking, to go to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. You got to get those right. And just kind of compare again. Like I've been to both multiple times now, and just want to really take a really closer look this time at both parties and compare which one I truly love the most. If I look at holidays, it's Christmas, hands down. But I love Christmas, and we'll see what it has to offer. You know, off the top of my head, I was thinking this today, like, what do they offer in comparison? So both parties have a special fireworks presentation and a special parade. And okay, so scientific, right? If I pull up my scientific formulas, if you dive a little deeper in, how about getting cookies and hot chocolate compared to trick-or-treating?
Right.
That's a point. That's a point for Mickey's Not So Scary. Right? Now, if we compare stage shows, that's where I need to really pay attention to Anna and Elsa on stage, because I don't really remember it very well. So I'm going to compare that one to the I'm going to say Oogie Boogie show, but more of the Hocus Pocus show, right? We have Cadaver Dan's on one side. Do they even make an appearance for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party?
Should.
I don't know.
Right?
I could go for some Christmas carols, barbershop quartet.
That would be amazed, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. So there's one thing to look out for. Other than that, I can't think of anything else that happens for the Very Merry Christmas Party. I know there's going to be more
fireworks. How do they?
Oh,
compare?
We could compare the fireworks. Yeah, we can compare them for sure. So yeah, I have to get that fresh in my mind. So I really want to look at that. So I guess with that said, leading into it, I did finally book a Christmas party. It's for everybody to know because I know y'all want to know when we're going. And I locked it in. I locked it in for the final second to last party available.
Wow.
I think, yeah. Second to last party available, which is December 21st.
Okay.
So there we go.
That'll put
Cathy
it,
has spirits walking through her hall.
I know. That's
Your house
bad,
is haunted,
that's
you
bad.
know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
So
that'll put it close to Christmas, which will be nice. You know, a lot of people go to the first one. Cathy went to the first Jollywood. So it'll be nice for you to do the Mickey Christmas party right close to the holiday.
Unless no other live streamer is doing the final party. I mean, someone could always show up when I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
But we could have the lock on the final party. Because I know of one bigger channel when they're going, and it's not one of those two parties. So unless they end up booking something else, but so there's that. And I thought I worry about this every year for content, but the thing is that party falls on one of the weeks that we're blocked out.
Oh
yeah. So we got a park night.
There you go.
We're good to go. We're good to go with that. So that works out well. And I ran out to the living room after I booked it and looked at the calendar. I said to Tammy, I go, Disney is slick. They are so slick. I'm like, we're blocked out. Like, but why would they not do Christmas parties the week of Christmas? There's none. I thought that went through like January 1st or something. I don't know if this is new, but there are no parties after the 22nd.
Yeah,
really weird.
There'd be one more. Now, I know I was there. We were there for Christmas Day, and you do get the overlay, the ride overlays. You do get the parade, and I assume you get the fireworks. I can't remember. So it is kind of like being at the party on the 25th. Maybe they do it on the 24th also for everyone, and maybe that's why they don't have any parties after the 22nd.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Welcome everybody that's watching live, and hello to all of you who are listening on the rewatch on YouTube Music app, where you can watch or listen, and you can also just only listen on YouTube on our channel, or you could just listen on that too. Just put it down on the counter and walk away. That works too. So it has been raining in Florida like mad. Like I told Jillian when I came home today, I'm like, I'm going to start a new rumor. And the rumor is that they're going to change all of our license plates to the rainy state instead of the sunshine state. I've never seen it rain so much in Florida. This has been since Sunday, and today rained all day.
Since Saturday night.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
When I do.
She's right, because we were in the rain.
Yes,
wherever we were. So we were in the rain too. So yeah, but it's even worse when it's for a special night. So we listen, everybody. We have not talked to Cathy at all about her thoughts on Jollywood. I want to hear it straight from her mouth, and then we can react from there. So, and I've heard a little bit of review elsewhere, so it's going to be interesting to see. So I think today's mug, I went with the Polynesian Village. It's a coconut with a bamboo handle, but not really. It's all ceramic. There's nothing inside, but it's totally unique. And I had to pull out once again. I wore this last week, but I had to go with my Fort Wilderness shirt, my button down, because it's very appropriate for today.
Yeah.
So Lawrence is matchy, and he says he didn't mean to.
I am. I didn't even mean to. I had another mug in my hand, and I'm like, no, I think I've used that mug, so I'm going to switch. So I switched to Star Wars. May the Force be with you. It's actually a color changing mug. I don't know that it's changed though. And I went with the Star Wars shirt. So I am matchy today.
Yes, looks good. Love that shirt. I think we got that shirt on the same day in the same store.
We did.
Yes, we did. And Cathy, what do you got going on over there
Oh, I
besides
have
spirits
some.
walking up and down the hall?
Yeah, I have some Christmas flamingos because I didn't get a chance to wash the dress that I actually wore to the Christmas party. So I got the hat and I got the wig, but the actually outfit, but it's still green.
There you go.
You
And they
could
got
you could have
Christmas
threw it
lights.
on. Who would? No one would have known. You could have threw it
I
on.
would have. I would
And
have.
and if you think about it, so I'm wearing a green shirt, Corey's wearing a red shirt. We're actually very Christmassy. So there you
We
go.
are.
We're festive today. Oh! I am festive with this though. It's
Oh.
the Moby Fox non-sponsored wristband for my Apple Watch, and it is Disney. We got the gift. It's plaid on one side. It says festive on the little band that holds the watch itself. And if I can turn my hand, I'll say it, then I'll show it. It's I'll just take it off. It's Mickey. And this was one of those where Moby Fox is not cheap initially.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Mickey with a gift and a Christmas tree. I love it. This was $60, I believe, when I first saw it last year. But I said, when that goes on sale, it's mine. And I think it dropped to like 20 or 10 because they have crazy sales there. And
That's
so
nuts.
it is. It is. Honestly, I don't know why Moby Fox didn't pick us up as a sponsor. I emailed them once, but now I have the media kit.
Yeah.
I'm going to send it out to them again because they made it known that they're looking for representatives. Just send me some cool. I talk about your stuff all the time. Not even so I can be sponsored. I just when I love something, I tell everybody about it. Steve Bullock feels like a duck swimming at Hollywood Studios. Wah, wah. Poor Steve. He's been dumped on multiple days now. So
poor guy.
I hate that
is it
for him and the
supposed to
family.
stop anytime soon?
So as we sit
tonight,
here
overnight.
today, overnight,
Overnight.
Cathy says, if I scan down,
Mhm.
yes, we finally get relief. Tomorrow should be all sun, no more than a 10% chance of rain here and there. So
God.
that is it. And then Saturday, woohoo, we're looking at 0% chance of rain. So we'll
Nice.
have a wonderful live stream from Epcot, the final day of the Food and Wine Festival, right? So
You know what else I thought about your Epcot day? It's going to be one of the last times, if not the last time, that you see Epcot forever.
Oh, I need to look at that.
Yeah, maybe you have one more?
We
Maybe.
have to
I'm
make
sure you
this
do.
a momentous occasion, maybe. So that's November 18th coming up. And
Yeah, you might have one more.
So yeah, I haven't projected the schedule out that far yet. Yeah, we'll make sure. I'm glad you pointed that out. Next week on Tuesdays, we're going to Hollywood Studios. And then we'll be at Universal on the 25th. And then we're still in the parks. Yeah, we have a day open there. So yes, we'll do that. We will see Epcot forever probably that week. So we'll see it one more time. I'm glad you pointed that out because that's going to sneak up on us quick.
See, everybody in chat, you're getting to see the live stream planning. The other night, you got to see the DIZ pod planning live live stream.
Yeah. Hi. Lawrence, can you hear me, Lawrence?
That was funny.
Oh, I'm telling you, I was sitting right here and I literally was falling out of my chair. So funny.
Well, hey.
It's always my goal to make Lawrence fall out of his chair while we're live in the parks.
I'm
always.
a clown sometimes. I can't help it. I get it from my dad.
Love it.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot to talk about this week in the parks as well. So stay tuned for that, everybody.
Yeah.
What a challenging week it's been.
Yeah, because not only you, but we have ours too. Because I was in the park 2 extra days than you were. Because I was there.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So I guess, without further ado, let's get right into it. I think we should get into the lodge first. Or what should we do? Should we do... Maybe we should do Jollywood first.
Let's. I'm raring to go on Jollywood.
It's in the title, and people, people coming to listen want to hear the Jollywood review.
Oh yeah.
And I'm thinking what we'll do is if Jollywood goes too long, we'll just bump the World in Its Lodge. No, we can't. We got it here. We'll do it all. We'll do it all.
We did that with contemporary. We were supposed to do contemporary, and we bumped it. So
Yeah.
You wore
All
the
right.
shirt.
Hey, we can. It's all right. We're 15 minutes in. We'll give you 30 minutes on Jollywood, and we finish early. We're all that much better for it. All right, Cathy, you are on. It's Cathy's review of Jollywood.
All right, you got all my pictures that I sent you loaded up, right?
We're ready to go.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna start. So Dad and I we stayed at Wilderness Lodge. We stayed at Wilderness Lodge on Saturday. So we checked in, got to the room, got changed, got to the bus. It was pretty smooth. We get there. I was very happy to see a lot of other people were wearing outfits. I really wasn't sure like what people were going to be wearing. Corey, if you want to show what I was wearing, because you have that picture. Yay. That was me and Dad in front of the Christmas tree. The one picture we got to take, and I'll get into that in a little bit. Okay, so we get to, we get there, and, we get online, and what they give you, if you want to take the picture down so I can actually show people on my camera. Okay, so we get this. You get a commemorative lanyard for Jollywood Nights. Very cool. I know Dad's going to treasure it for the rest of his life. So we got that. And then, of course, they gave you a map and, of course, a wristband. You have to have a wristband. We got ourselves a little map and a thing of stuff to do.
Now, let me ask real quick. The lanyard,
yes.
Did it serve any other purpose, or was it just because at the other parties you just get a wristband?
Yeah,
but they give you a wristband and a lanyard at this one.
Yeah, it was it's dated to 2023. So it's just kind of an extra little goodie thing that they gave you.
Okay.
What's the lanyard made out of? It looks like cardboard, but it's probably not.
It's smooth. It might be more like a laminated cardboard. Not like laminated, but it's definitely it's smooth. It's smooth and it's soft. It's kind of soft. It's not really cardboard. It's soft.
Okay.
And of course, it's a regular strap.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's cool.
Just wondering.
It's got a little QR code on the back, so I guess people could have scanned into this and seen stuff on their phone, and And then, of course, you got your map. You got a map.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly, so this guy here, Ollie, supposedly, you can see it. The Ollie was a character created for Jollywood Nights. It's a brand new character that they've created specifically for this event. Did I see him anywhere? No. So.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't see him anywhere. Supposedly he was out front. There was something out front that said Jollywood Nights, but there was so many people. Like Dad and I got there exactly at 7. Because they let us in as early as 7. And we of course wanted to get him on my DAS, and I wanted to do Rise of the Resistance. That was my mission, to get Dad on Rise. Well, they weren't, as far as I know, honoring the DAS for Rise. We were told that there was a virtual queue only, starting at 8 o'clock, and Rise was actually down before. We weren't. They wasn't running in that last hour and a half of the park. Regular time, it wasn't running. So I guess they were waiting till Jollywood started before they started the queue and then get people in there. I did the queue. I got, Did you need the lanyard to get into anything? No, the lanyard was just kind of decorative. It was kind of something fun that you could wear around your neck, but you did need the wristband. Okay. You did need the wristband to get in stuff. But anyway, so, I got group 50 for Rise. I'm like, okay, it's later in the night, there's plenty of other things we can do. There's all the shows. There are the 3 major shows that they had. It was the What's This Nightmare Before Christmas sing-along, which we did get to do. I actually like that. Corey, I know you have some pictures of that.
I do.
Yes. You got a gigantic Jack Skellington. He was
Oh,
live
you
and
know
in
what?
person.
I think that might be the only one I didn't add in. But you keep talking. I'll add that in.
Okay.
I got everything else.
Oh, nope, that's the
That's
wrong
because
show.
you sent them a different.
Wrong show, Corey.
Yeah, I
Wrong
had to
show.
look
Now
at that one.
That was the wrong
the
show.
what's this? What theater was that one in?
That was in the one where Anna and Elsa, the Anna
Okay.
and Elsa sing along. Yeah, that's where that was held. It was actually a cute setup. I wasn't really quite sure how they were going to do this, but so what they did was they had it was set up kind of like a living room with a big screen, almost like a big screen TV on the wall with the big screen,
Mhm.
and it was two people, and they were dreaming, and all of a sudden Jack Skellington walks out from the side, and he starts his story, and then the people kind of act out things like there's like for the what's this, they pull out they had these boxes all over the place, and they would pull something out of the box, and then it would kind of be related to what was going on the screen in the story. So like for what's this, they had a little globe of like Christmas Town, and then they showed the sing along for what's this up on the screen. So it was kind of cute. I really thought it was well done. I thought it was well done. I would give that like 4.5 Mickeys for that show. It was cute. The two human characters, they interacted with Oogie Boogie, came out and chased them for a while. You have Oogie Boogie. I know I gave you Oogie Boogie. the one with Oogie Boogie. Corey.
You did. I'm loading him in, so I'll put him up. You just keep talking.
Okay.
I'll get it.
Okay. Yeah, so it was cool. They did Sally's song. They did what's this? They did those three kids with the Oogie Boogie's little disciples. They're with the Sandy Claus. They did that song. They did a couple of they did a bunch of songs. Maybe about a half an hour show, maybe 40 minutes. But it was well done. But Oogie Boogie was a live character, and so was Jack Skellington. But Jack was kind of like a narrator almost. He came out at the beginning and then the end to open and close the show. The rest of it was the two human characters, and then Oogie Boogie came and chased them because they opened up his box and he chased them. But it was cool. It was cool. The crowd went wild when Oogie Boogie came on stage, man. He is real popular. It was really fun. It was a really good show. People were singing. There were some people singing. So I enjoyed that quite a bit. And then we went to get online for some of the pictures. They had all these pictures around the Echo Lake. So that's where we took the picture in front of the Christmas tree, because that was one of the shorter lines. Then I wanted to see Chip and Dale. They had Chip and Dale as Rescue Rangers. It was only a short ways away, but I took one look at that line and I was like, no. No. I was not waiting an hour to see Chip and Dale or any of the other characters. Phineas and Ferb, I heard, had like a 2-hour wait to see
I heard
Phineas
that
and
too.
Ferb.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was like, no. This is only a 4-hour party. No.
And Chip
So-
and Dale have been dressed as the Rescue Rangers in Hollywood studios before, so it's
Yeah.
not like it's just for that event. The Phineas and Ferb, I get that's when are they ever out? So
Yeah.
so I kind of get that, but yeah, Chip and Dale, then they've done that.
I have the pictures ready.
Garden Grill.
Okay. Oh, goody.
Yeah.
Yep. You can show Jack. There's Jack. It was pretty cool. He was probably about maybe 12 to maybe 14, 15 feet tall. It was pretty. It was cool. It was very, very cool. And then Oogie Boogie was really, really very entertaining. And you could see the two human characters. He's chasing them around the stage. Of course, they're like, "What is this? What is coming out of this box chasing us?" But it was very well done. I really did enjoy that show. And the stage, the lighting was great. The stage, it was very colorful at times, as you can see. Looks like someone took like a paintbrush and started splattering all over Boogie Boogie's face. That was kind of like the beginning scene before anything started. That was the way it was set up in the beginning. You could see like the 2 chairs and the TV, and then where Jack was going to come out. So it was pretty cool. That was good.
So is Frozen shut down for now, or are they transforming this for the night?
That's what I was wondering.
They must be transforming it for the night. But I don't know.
I think Frozen's too popular for them to shut it down.
Completely.
They might maybe they have to reduce it that last show of the day.
Yeah, I imagine the days that they have the party that there are limited showings of Frozen, or they don't do it at all that day.
Yeah.
Because it takes a while to transform it. It was quite a bit. It wasn't a whole it was doable, I think, for a day, but it was a lot. It was really well done. They did a really, really good job with that. So that was one thing I was really happy about. Okay. So the other show we saw, we waited till the end of the night to see it. It was one at the Theater of the Stars. It was the Christmas show at the Theater of the Stars with Kermit and Miss Piggy.
Yep.
And then
I'm down for any show with Kermit in it.
Yeah, it was cool. It was good. Dad and I both loved that show. That was actually well done as well. Mm-hmm. And that was held at the Beauty and the Beast the Beauty and the Beast Theater. So that was pretty cool.
Now that was Kermit, Miss Piggy.
Okay, and then it was Kermit and Miss Piggy. They were there was 2 live singers, LB and I think her name was Brandy. I think it was Brandy and LB. I think I remember. Okay, so and then Kermit and Miss Piggy.
Hey Lawrence, I'm running a little slow on this side. I didn't restart the computer before the show. Do you want to click in those pictures for her?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, it was cool. It was song and dancing. They had the dancers out. It was all holiday music, and we had Mickey and Minnie, of course, also joined in. Mm-hmm. We also had 2 guest singers. Tiana made an appearance to sing a song, and so did Belle. There's Belle. She made an appearance to sing a song, and as did Tiana. So that was a surprise, welcome surprise. It was fun. Yeah, it was really cool. There's Kermit and Miss Piggy with the 2 main singers and some of the dancers, and it was really nice. That was a well done show too. Although it was hilarious. Like Dad and I, like where we were sitting off to the right hand side. There was this girl that was sitting in front of us, and it was hilarious. At first, I thought that she knew somebody on the stage, because every time like anyone would come even close to our side, she'd be like, huh? She'd be like waving at people, and I'm just like, and after about 5 minutes of that, I'm like, you can't possibly know every single person on that stage.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I realized she kept reaching by the side and taking. So I'm like, oh, we've been taste testing all the drinks at the party. Yeah. It was actually pretty funny, because it was literally like she knew every single person on that stage. She was acting like, oh my God. It was just like, I was like, girlfriend.
Just a little swig.
Calm yourself. I'm just like, it was hilarious. I'm like, I was as much entertained by her. I was as much on this show. I was like, oh my God. It was pretty funny, but that was a great show. So that was a 5 out of 5 for me. That show was very well done. I liked it.
How much of the show, if you were thinking about percentages, how much of that show was Kermit and Miss Piggy?
Oh, 20%.
Okay.
I would say it was mostly the singers and dancers, interspersed with characters.
Mm-hmm.
So every like Mickey and Minnie had their chance. Kermit and Mickey had their chance. Kermit and Mickey. Let's see, they sang Toyland. They sang Toyland.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the songs that Belle and Tiana sang. Didn't recognize them off the bat. They might have been specifically for them. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Maybe, yeah. I mean, they sounded kind of familiar, but they're not like standards. They're definitely not standards that everyone would like, oh yeah, I heard that a million times,
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good. It was nice to hear something different. It was a little different surprise. I wasn't expecting that. I just thought it was going to be Kermit and Miss Piggy and Mickey and Minnie. That's all I thought. I didn't expect Tiana and Belle at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was pretty cool. So that was actually the last thing we got to do besides that jingle, bam, jingle something, which I thought was going to be a parade.
Jingle bell, jingle bam.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that was going to be a parade.
What?
Oh,
No.
Why did you think that? Why did you think that?
I
You
don't
just
know. I
didn't know.
thought it was. I
You
thought it was
just
going to
didn't
be the jingle bam parade. That's what I thought it was going to be. It was
Oh.
going to be a parade, but nope. So as we're watching it in the rain, because
Corey, she didn't watch episode 2 of the podcast. That must be it.
That's probably it.
talked about that
she
way
was not
back.
present at the time. We did.
I was.
Yeah, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam is something they incorporated for you to pay for now, but we've seen it a million
Yes.
times for free.
Well,
So people had
that-
issues with that.
Mhm.
Yes, and that is one of my that's one of my issues as well, because I was like, all right, I kind of, as I said, I thought it was going to be a parade. It would have been more fitting for a parade to go down the Hollywood Boulevard, but anyway. So we went to the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway Main's Chinese Theater thing, and the show started, and I'm just like, oh, I remember this. I've seen this a few times before, and I'm like, as we're seeing only half of it because you couldn't see anything above everyone's umbrellas because umbrellas were all out because it was pouring. It was absolutely pouring by that point. I was just like, oh my god, yeah. And then I was like, okay, let's just sit through it. All right, it's the last show. So yeah, that's one of my main things. I'm just like, okay, so we got Dad and I got to ride 3 rides. Well, basically 2, twice. We got to ride Toy Story twice. We got to ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway before it went down. It did go down by the end of the night. Rise went down right before my group got to board. So Dad did not get to ride Rise of the Resistance, and I was really upset. I was really upset because if they had honored my DAS, we would have gotten on in the beginning and we would have done it. But they were not honoring that. There was only the queue. That was the only thing you could do.
Yeah,
And
you had to
you
get the
probably
queue and then convert it.
Did you try to get in the queue, the 8:00 queue? Did you give it a shot, or you weren't sure? You did.
No, I did. I got group 50. I got group 50.
Oh, so you did get it, but then
I did get in. Yeah, no, I got in, but it's just we got such a late group that it was down by the time we got a chance to go. So, but we rode Toy Story twice, and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway before it broke down. So we got 3 rides, the 3 shows, and then we were trying to get around to some of like the taste testing. We were drinking. Okay, my favorite drink. I know you got that loaded up somewhere. Oh yes, the sugar cookie martini. Oh my God, was this amazing? Okay, it was one of the few things I actually got to try because the lines were way too long. I wanted another one, but the line was too long. So that I had a big issue. You can tell I had a big issue with the lines. I don't know, and that's something that I have to wonder when they say it's limited amount of people that they're letting in. I'm starting to wonder how many people is too little, how many people they think is limited, because the place was packed. There were lines everywhere. We didn't get to see everything, and that's another part of the problem. Is it was too short. You're paying similar prices to actually I got the Halloween party cheaper than I got Jollywood, and I got 6.5 hours out of that, and I only got 4.5 hours out of Jollywood. So for my money, I don't think this was worth it, honestly, for the amount of money that they charged in the short amount of time that we had. I don't think it was a good value. I don't think it was a good value. Lines were too long. You couldn't, and again, you didn't have that many special characters like when we did the Halloween party. We saw Pirate Goofy. We saw some fun characters. And no, they did not give free food. No, they did not, Grandma Grover. No free food. There was nothing free. You had to pay for everything. And here is my other pet peeve. Okay, since it was the inaugural one that we were there. I wanted a Jollywood shirt so bad, but we waited till we got actually to Hollywood Boulevard, which was maybe about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Went to the store. They only had smalls and mediums left. They told us, well, if you didn't get it at the beginning of the night, you didn't get a larger size. I'm like, all right, I need to start a rant here because this is a Disney has a systemic problem with this, with sizes, okay? The majority of people are not this big, okay? Why do we order 100 smalls? And actually the medium was tiny. The medium was a tiny. I was going to try it. I looked at that. I was like, oh, there ain't no way I'm fitting in that. And I could fit into a lot of things that are medium. Okay. I could fit into a lot of mediums with Disney clothes. There was no chance. No chance I was fitting in that. I was like, so yeah. And they had racks. They had a full rack of smalls and mediums, but nothing in every larger size. Every other larger size was gone. Large and up in like 2 hours. So if you didn't get it at the beginning of the night, you were out of luck. So yeah, I had my little rant. I was like, oh boy. Yeah.
So what was there for merch? And was it nice?
It was the only thing they said.
I wish you would have taken some pictures, but that's okay.
Yeah, well,
we can see
the only thing that they said they had left out of the merch was the small and medium t-shirt. I don't even think they had anything else. I didn't even see anything else that had Jollywood on it. So the only other
that goes along with what I always say. Disney should not run out of merchandise, especially on night one. You knew Jollywood was happening months ago, so why don't we have thousands of t-shirts of every size,
And not, how about not 250 smalls? How about maybe 100 smalls and maybe 500 larges and extra larges, because that's what most people fit into.
Agreed.
Agreed. It's a systemic problem. We see this all the time in the parks. Oh, we can't get the shirt because they don't have my size. It's or you feel like you're obligated to rush and get it right then and there, because if you don't grab it right then and there, it's going to be gone in 2 seconds because they don't have enough. They don't have enough sizes that the majority of people wear. So yeah, it's a systemic problem.
Alicia is just an extension of Tammy. She really is an extension of Tammy. And there's another reason. Tammy says the same thing. When you see a size, you grab it. You don't debate about things. You just grab what you see. But you didn't have that opportunity. But
no, because who knew that they were going to sell out the first night within 2 hours? Like we were waiting till we got to that side of the park. We were doing stuff on the other side of the park, like the rides and food and stuff like that. When we got to Hollywood Boulevard, I said, okay, here, let's go to the shops. Let's go find, it was halfway through the night. I expected to find something that I could get. Nope. Yeah. I think Disney, it was poorly planned. Honestly, there wasn't good enough crowd control, line control, merchandise control. It really failed, and they really needed a little more time. Like we didn't get to do that Twilight soiree. We nowhere near that. I heard like the lines for like that Hollywood Brown Derby thing were out. Like you had to wait in a queue for that too. But then I actually saw somebody else's review on it. It was like nothing. Like they made this big deal out of it, and I'm looking inside. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't waste my time on that.
Yeah, I saw that too. I saw that too. It's not worth it. That's the last thing people probably want to do. Don't go into the Brown Derby. I mean, it's nice to hear the Christmas music, right? The classic Christmas music. I mean, if you could stroll in and sit and have some food, but not for having to. You shouldn't have to fight for a queue in a party like that. Yeah, is what I'm thinking. And then when you get in there, it's just food. There's nothing really special.
It was too short. They needed to make it the same amount of hours as the other parties. And Disney is not a rookie at party planning. There's no excuse for them throwing a bad party. I'm sorry, there isn't. So it was only so for me. And honestly, unless they get their act together, I'm probably not going to do Jollywood ever again. So
What are your
it's
thoughts on that,
unfortunate.
Lawrence? What's your reaction?
I'll let you know December 6th.
December 6th. We'll let you know, everybody, because Living in Diz is bringing you to Jollywood on December 6th. There you go. We have all kinds of announcements, party announcements. If you're just coming in, we announced also that we will be at Mickey's Merry Christmas Party on December 21st. And that is a Thursday, a special Thursdays. And we're excited to bring that to you. I will be solo for that one. So I know how to fly solo at a party. Watch me go. And we'll be doing that as well. But yeah, so this is what I'm thinking. Excuse me. So Lawrence and I are going. And I want to thank Lawrence so much for inviting me. That's amazing. Love you, buddy. So we know what to expect going in. So with that said, yes, he's letting the hearts flow. If you're watching, he's letting the hearts flow. So we know about the negatives. We witnessed some reviews. So in a way, we can't be let down, can we? We already know. We set the bar. So I'm going to take the positive side and try to say, you know what? Number one, we're going to have a great time because it's you, me, Catherine, and we're going to have a blast. We could have a blast just,
Exactly.
I don't know, sitting outside of the park. So we know that's already set. So that's good to go. I do think that I'm a big fan of Nightmare Before Christmas. So I think Cathy gave that a 5 out of 5, right? A 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. And the other show at the Theater of the Stars, that was a 5 out of 5. Yeah. Those two shows are definitely worth it. I would skip the end of the thing and just go on rides. Don't skip the Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam thing.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it because I'm streaming, so I want to show it. And it's been a while since I've seen it, so I'd love to see Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam. You shouldn't have to pay for it, but it's there.
Yeah.
The Twilight party there is probably something that we'll spend about 5 or 10 minutes at and move on, unless Lawrence wants to hang longer. But that's the way I saw that piece. So I definitely did some research on this beforehand, and
we didn't get to do that because there was no time. We ran out of time.
That was the initial feeling I got when we talked about going to the first one. I'm like, it doesn't sound like, it sounds a lot like you were describing. Like, I'm like, okay, I don't know if there's enough elements there, but we'll see how it turns out. So, hey,
I wanted to see more.
Disney listens to people.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. So do we think Disney? Go ahead.
Well, I said that Disney got a piece of my mind because the very next morning, I got a survey. I got a survey on my experience almost an hour later. That was the longest survey I've ever done for anybody, and boy, did I speak my mind. Yeah, they got a piece of my mind. For the amount for what I paid. I feel like I did not get my money's worth for the experience. I was expecting something great, but it was cool. Like there was a lot of people in costumes, like and dressed up, and there was everything from like people in elf costumes, Santa outfits, to like flapper dresses and zoot suits, and so there was like two camps. People who were doing like the holiday thing, like me. I was dressed up holiday-ish. And there were other people who were doing like the 20s, 30s holiday, like 20s, roaring 20s thing. There was two distinct camps of people with the dress. So it was cool. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot, seeing other people and knowing that other people were, having some fun. Like people were definitely having fun. And it was great, up until we were having actually a good time up until like the middle of the night where that's when things started to fall apart for us. The no shirts, the rises down, the rain, it's like, and all the lines, not being able to see any of the special characters that they had, none of them. I got 0 pictures with 0 characters. So, I was.
Well, that's a problem. That's a problem for every party.
Yeah.
There needs to be something figured out about that, because I would like to have met some characters at the Halloween party, but you have to sacrifice time.
Right. There's
So
always something. I always look at the Halloween party. I've only been to the Halloween party so far, but I always look at the Halloween party as, okay, what's my priority? What am I going to skip?
Yep.
And it's always the characters.
Stop you. What did you just say?
Prioritize?
Yeah. Like what do I want to skip or whatever?
Yep.
You
Yep.
shouldn't have to say that.
Yep.
You should be able to do everything.
Yeah.
If you're paying for it, absolutely. And that's why I feel like I did not get my money's worth, because I only got half a party.
I only stopped you to make a statement.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
So yeah, but I'm glad you guys are like, you guys might actually have a better time because, I kind of tested the waters for you. And Corey, if they have a large in that Jollywood shirt, you need to get it for me if you're there.
I got you.
Thank you.
So here's
listen.
my question about it.
Yeah.
I heard that it was so busy and the lines were so busy because every live streamer, vlogger, podcaster was there. Did you run into 100 people in the field?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
Thank you.
Just wanted to know.
I saw one. I think I saw one person with a gimbal. One. I wasn't looking for them, but
right.
It wasn't like they were running all over the park.
Right.
I did not see them around every corner. So, I saw
my
one,
blood.
So.
My blood boils when I hear things like that.
I just had to bring it up because, I'm in a lot of groups on Facebook and I saw that so many times and I have to bite my tongue because I'm now part of that industry.
Do I?
But
do I?
I mean,
do I have to bite my tongue?
I mean, maybe we should. But
okay.
I've been in the parks. I've live streamed. I've been with Corey. I've seen other live streamers. And it's not like you're walking around with a camera crew and 15, the audio guy behind you.
We should.
The gimbal is but so big, you're holding it right in front of you. So I just thought that was just, that was such a weird excuse why the party was the way it was because the live streamers were there. Now, of course, everybody wants to try the new foods. They want to hit every show. They want to hit every character. I get that because that's what's different. Toy Story Mania is going to be there. Slinky Dog's going to be there tomorrow. I get that. So you want to hit the stuff that's part of the party. I do agree with Tammy, who says that they're too short, especially that one. That just feels too short. And I
4
think
hours was
that
not enough.
no, and I think that any Disney party could go till 1 or 2, especially if it is Jollywood. Now the parties at Magic,
which is touted as an a mostly adult party.
Correct.
That one should have gone till at least 1:30.
Yeah. No, I think that party could have been very late.
Yeah, I didn't see that many kids there. I did not. I saw mostly. It was I'd say about 90% adults. 90% adults. Yeah.
Finley will be there, but she can hang.
Oh, okay, Finley's gonna be there.
Yeah, she'll like it.
So I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna say one thing because Lawrence stopped me, and thank you for stopping me, because that's a boiling point for me. People just have okay. Let's start again. So why don't we just let these live streamers and these vloggers do their job? Okay, you're on their territory. You are where they work. So I'm not even talking about me.
Yeah.
Whoever was there, let them do their job. They have a job to do, and it is to provide a product. And in order to provide that product, they need to try the foods. They need to go to the events. So let them do their job. They chose this as a living, a lot of them. Let them make their living. They're not bothering you that much. They're just not. Really, I'm there all the time. I have days where I don't even run into a single person that's doing it other than me. Yep. And just don't lump everybody together, because if anybody ever said that I disturbed them, I would be apologetic, but at the same time, I do everything I can to not interrupt or harm people's trip or day, So
Yeah.
I just hate that. That was
Yeah,
me being nice.
it gets to me, and it would have gotten to me before I was part of the show, but it just gets to me that
Yeah.
they say that, and it's just not true. I mean, I've met a lot of other live streamers and vloggers, and they're not taking up any more room than a family of 2 walking around. I mean, there's people walking around with families of 30 people. Or the groups, the cheerleading groups and all that, I mean, they take up a lot of room.
And
But
hey,
they're they paid to get in the park. They're doing the same thing that you are, trying to enjoy the night.
Yeah, and what the people that are there are helping others decide now if they want to put the money into this party.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're there to help.
Because of a lot of them, a lot of people are switching their tickets from Jollywood to Mickey's Christmas party.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hopefully, a lot of people that are going on the 6th are switching so that there's less people when we go.
Yeah, right. Yes. Please switch, everybody. As a matter of fact, I'm hearing that December 6th is canceled. So, so that's the way that's going to go. I wanted to backtrack on something Cathy said. Now I just forgot. But if I remember it, I'll bring us back.
Okay.
So anyway, so that was, you can, I don't know if you got to show all the pictures and stuff, but
I thought I had put
most of them. I thought I saw.
I mean, go back. I think we might have, but you can check. Disney Dina says, I appreciate that they are there because I can't be there. So I appreciate the blogs and the live streams. I have told Corey I live vicariously through you, and you've sent me beautiful letters, Disney Dina. Yeah. You notice there's this many people that hate what we do, and there's this many people who we affect people's lives in a positive way. Like they need to look at all of that, and they don't. They're just looking at themselves, and they're part of a certain generation, I guess. Now I just offended more people.
This one we didn't show was the full.
Oh yeah, that was my full outfit.
Yeah.
Green boots and all. I had green nail polish, green makeup, green boots, my little doggies. I had my little Christmas doggy dress on. And my hat.
Very nice.
Yeah, I was festive.
Very nice. So how did it feel going to the first one? Did you feel any different?
I was pumped. I was so ready for this.
Mm-hmm.
And, I said, we started out the night. We were having a great time. It was only towards the end of the night when things started to fall apart. Way too long of lines. I didn't get to try all the food and drinks I wanted to. I wanted to try a lot more, but the lines were too long. We wanted to do I wanted to do the What's This show. I wanted to do the Theater of the Stars show, and I'm upset that we walked all the way to Rise to find out that it was down. It had just gone down when we walked over there. I'm like, of course it did. Of course.
And it probably got worse as you started to run out of time.
Yes.
Right? Because you only had a certain amount of time. So now you're trying to get everything in, and then you're trying to get Dad on Rise. Will he get on it this trip?
No.
No.
No. Next time.
Next time.
Probably the next time I'm going to go with him is probably my birthday in May. We'll try to, hit up Hollywood Studios. I'll just have to make it a point.
Yeah.
But he's not down here full time yet. So, when he's down here full time, we'll have a little bit more time, and then we can just go, whenever. So, but I mean, I had fun at the beginning. I said towards the end was when, it was getting too much. I was like, I wanted that second sugar cookie martini, and that was great. That cookie thing on top, I put it in. It tasted like eggnog to me. It tasted like a really delicious eggnog, but you put the cookie inside the drink, and then you pull it out. Oh my God, that was amazing. that I wanted another one so bad. I'm just like, but that line was like 3 times as long as when we first got on. It was like very few people when we first got on. so we were able to get it fairly quickly. But then
Yeah.
we're like, oh my God, I'm like, we wanted to get to Rise. Like we were running out of time. I was like, oh, we got to get to Rise because Rise is coming soon.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't get on this line because we got to get to Rise. And then we walked all the way to Rise to find out the ride had just gone down. And I'm just like, yeah. So yeah, I could have gotten my second sugar cookie martini, and I'm like, oh, and other stuff.
I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna predict that Disney this is what I wanted to come back to. Disney will make changes. They will make changes to this, and I don't know how fast you can make dramatic changes, but we might see changes before this final party comes through. Because of how quick you got that survey and how lengthy it was, Disney listens. People might think I'm blowing smoke when I'm live. Disney watches everything we do, every second of it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say things, it's always, I don't know, it's not trying to critique them so much in the parks. I try to behave more in the parks. But it's suggestions to make things better. And they want to hear that. And I'll go back to my friend that works in a certain position in Disney. I was there on the opening day with Rise of the Resistance. Wasn't there on opening day for Galaxy's Edge, but I was there for the opening of Galaxy's Edge. And we spoke, I think, like that day or a few days later. And her first thing she said to me was, what did you think? Any issues? Is there anything I need to know? And I'll never forget that because I valued that. She really wanted to know, so they could use that information. And I actually gave her a great review. I said, this place is great. I don't think anything, I wouldn't change anything at this time. But if I thought about it again, I say, put characters in Ogas, please. We need aliens, more aliens, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although they can't really sacrifice any seats in that place, but yes, characters would be cool.
Yes, they would. Well, we need some characters behind the bar.
Well, I'm going to answer Tammy right there. Tammy, she said, the DAS was working. Like I was able to use my DAS on Toy Story and Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway. But the only way you could get on Rise of the Resistance was through that virtual queue. That was it. Because that's why because I went to guest services. They told me no, this is the only way. That's it. They're not doing anything else except this queue. Go on at 7:59 and try to get on. And it was just
April Etheridge has a little to say. She says, goodness, more staff, more merch, free snacks. What's FFS?
We'll tell you after the show.
Yeah, remember, I'm not good at that.
Yeah, we'll tell you
longer hours and so much needs to improve. Did something just go right over my head?
We don't want to get we don't want YouTube upset at us. So
okay. So, April's laughing. I'm glad to provide laughs.
Yeah, so we're the next morning we're having breakfast. Dad and I are having breakfast before we left Wilderness Lodge, and I saw on my phone that I got the survey, and I started doing it. And I'm doing it and Dad, like half an hour later, Dad's like, "Are you still doing that survey?" I said, "Yeah, I'm not even halfway done yet. Not even halfway done." So it took me almost an hour to do it, but I was very thorough, and I gave them a lot of feedback.
That's good, and I'm glad that they put that survey out right away.
Yeah.
That shows me that they really want to know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And maybe they didn't have enough confidence in the party.
Maybe.
Yeah, but here's my thing again. Disney is not a rookie when it comes to throwing parties. They should have this hands down.
Well, okay. So when we like to close this portion out, I always like to say, how do we make it better? So how do we make this party better? You're in charge, Cathy.
It has to be longer. It has to be at minimum the 5 hours that the other parties are. If you're going to charge the same prices, especially if you're not, if the children, the kids' prices aren't reduced, you're paying as much for a child as you are for an adult. You need to get your money's worth, and they need to do more, like Chippendale or the characters should have been in different, they should have been in, there should have been more opportunities for fun stuff with the characters, like the photo opportunities, like are all over the place. Like I remember the Halloween party, they were everywhere. Like all these fun little photo opportunities were everywhere. I don't know. And a parade. It needs a parade or some
I agree.
some different type of final show. Some different doing something.
Yes.
Something
Yes.
different. You know, don't
Well, stick with the theme.
rehash. Yeah, don't rehash something that's already been there. You know, the other two shows were great, like What's This and that Theater of the Stars show. That was completely made for them, and those were the two highlights for me because they were original shows for Jollywood, and it was fabulous. They did a great job with it. Now, spread that out to the rest of it, you know. And again, I wish I would have more chance to eat and drink more stuff. I wanted to try more stuff. I just didn't have time because it was too short. It was too short.
Were there enough snacks? Were there enough snack choices?
There was plenty of food everywhere. I just
Okay.
wanted to try more. I could not get to everything. The lines were too long for some of the stuff I wanted. And then we had to go and run, for other stuff. Like we wanted to make sure we got into those shows. So we went a little extra early to What's This because I'm expecting that to be packed out. And it was. It was a packed out theater. So, you had to get there early to get a seat. So
That's what I was going to say. Do you need to get there early for that? Like how early should we get there without wasting time
Yeah.
waiting? Like when should we
Well,
go? Like to the Nightmare?
For What's This, I thought we went a little too early. But then again, I wasn't sure how popular it was going to be. I didn't know.
Sure.
Because I was asking the cast member that said, hey, look, do I have time to go take a picture or do something else in the meantime and come back? Because it was 25 minutes. They're like, well, what time does it open? And, they're like, no, this is going to pack out, make sure you get in line. And so I did. But, honestly, the theater's big enough, but we got up close. So we had a good close seat. So that's why I got such great pictures because, boom, I was right there. So, but I went early. I went early to do that. So I went 25 minutes before the show started. So,
That's
yeah,
not bad.
so, yeah. But if you're not, going to be taking pictures or doing stuff or whatever, and you're okay sitting in the back, yeah, come 10 minutes before the show starts. It's a big enough theater, and they run there's about 3 or 4 of them, during the night. So,
Yeah, I think there's 4. So there's
Yeah.
plenty of opportunity to see it.
yeah. Yep. So, I mean, those are the highlights for me. That sugar cookie martini, an adult drink. So, no, Finley can't have that.
I'll have one for her.
There you go. I definitely recommend it. Definitely recommend
Wow,
it, guys.
April said they actually started the show before everyone was seated. That does not sound Disney-like right there.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't.
Wow.
I didn't get to see. I was paying attention to the show, so I wasn't watching in the back. But yeah,
Yeah.
that
Wow.
would surprise me. Yeah. So yeah, no, but those 2 shows were good. Yeah, they were definitely good. I would definitely recommend that. And hopefully you get to try more stuff. I wouldn't focus on the rides. I wouldn't focus on the rides. I kind of wish we didn't focus on the rides now because we might have gotten more stuff done.
I never do. It's always about the park. It's the party. It's always, if I get everything done or I feel like, okay, we're at a good pace and I can get a ride in or 2, we're good. Like, we got a lock on the Halloween party at this point. We know we can hit a few rides while doing some other stuff. So yeah,
but,
I wouldn't even focus on rides there yet.
No.
I want to
But
make
then
sure I
again-
get everything done.
Not
Then
on a
again, I
shorter
ha-
party like that.
Yeah, but then again, I
No.
had my dad, so my dad doesn't get to go as often as I do.
Yeah.
So, and I know there are things he likes to do. So, I
That's
had to-
true. Did he enjoy Mickey and Minnie's?
He did. He loved it, and we both
Good.
love Toy Story. Of course, I,
Who won?
I clobbered him twice.
Don't feel bad about that. He beats us up when we play Monopoly. So
I know.
beat Dad down.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Don't feel bad.
I beat him by at least 100,000 points each time.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I feel bad, but he's more focused on he likes the accuracy. His claim to fame is
I
accuracy.
want accuracy. I don't care about the score. I want to hit my 5-year bullet. I wanted to hit something.
There you go. I fire a bullet. That's spoken like a true man from Manhattan. When I fire a bullet, I wanted to hit something. Love it,
Yeah.
Dad. Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
he
love
always
it.
he always complains because I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
rapid fire. He's like,
Yeah.
I wanted to hit that, and I'm like, you snooze, you lose, Dad. Come on.
I just
So,
blast things. My accuracy is probably 2%, but
Mhm.
I'm going for the score. All right, so we good here? We ready for a little resort deep dive?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Beautiful.
Um,
All right.
So you want me to cover it, and then Cathy can cover her?
Oh yeah, I can
Yeah.
give my
Cover
review.
the details.
Okay.
Cover the details, and then we'll get into Cathy's experience. And
Yeah.
you've been there too, Lawrence, right? You've been there.
No.
Or have you not? Okay,
No,
I have
I've
too.
not.
So we can compare and contrast.
All right. And you
Mhm.
have her pictures, and then I pulled in
Yes.
a couple also.
I'll see. Okay. You want me to see if I can control the pictures? We
Yeah.
might be moving a little quicker now. All
Yeah.
right.
So Fort Wilderness, not to be confused with Wilderness Lodge, is a resort with 799 campsites, 409 cabins, which are air conditioned. They can accommodate everything from tents to 45-foot and longer RVs, and then a maximum of 10 guests per site. So either your campsites are going to have sewage hookups, proximity to the marina, or the rec area. Now, the cabins, which is, I think, what we all think about when we think about Fort Wilderness, of the cabins, they will sleep up to 6 guests. They have a living room, a bedroom, full bathroom, a private patio, which is really nice, full kitchen with a microwave, even a dishwasher, full-size refrigerator, stove, and an oven. The cabins also have charcoal grill and a picnic table outside. And what a lot of people do, and I think you did this twice live, was the golf cart ride through the grounds, where you can see, because you're allowed to decorate your campsite. So for Halloween and Christmas, it's just like, driving through a neighborhood here at home. So that's pretty cool. So you do have 2 themed pool areas: Meadow Swimming Pool and the Wilderness Swimming Pool. Now, the Meadow Swimming Pool does have a corkscrew water slide, whirlpool, excuse me, and a kiddie pool, and a water play area. The Wilderness Pool, that's the quieter one, that also has the whirlpool spa. And like most resorts, although I think this one probably has a lot more amenities and activities to do. So you have archery, canoeing, kayaking, fishing, biking, hiking, horseback riding, wagon rides, pony rides. You can also do the sing-along with Chip and Dale. You have the s'mores and campfire there. And you can also visit the Circle D Ranch, where you can see the ponies and the horses from Main Street. I've actually seen that on a live stream, which was pretty nice. Very, very different to be able to do that. Of course, for dining and entertainment, you have Trails End, which is now, what, didn't it change names?
Yes, it's quick service now.
But did it change names, or did it stay the same?
No, it's still Trails End.
Okay. I knew it changed from what it was. I just didn't remember if it changed names.
And it looks nothing like that picture anymore.
Yeah. I like that one. Well, maybe it does look a little dated. I think the seats and the tables look a little dated, but I like the
Right.
But then my favorite was going into Wilderness Lodge and going to Whispering Canyon. Wow, it fell out of my head. Yeah, Whispering
Yeah.
Canyon.
Separate resort.
I know, but it's my favorite. So the sing along and those activities, of course, you have the movies under the stars. It's just a real different like atmosphere than I think most of the other resorts around. You know, Caribbean Beach has its activities, and so does every other resort. But for some reason, Fort Wilderness feels just very different with what it offers for those type of activities. Um, Cathy, did you do any of the activities or see any of that while you were there?
Okay, so I can give you my my play-by-play here. Okay, so we actually had a very interesting stay at Fort Wilderness. Okay, so we get there. We went from Wilderness Lodge to Fort Wilderness. So we check in. I had never checked in my car before. That was a definitely different experience to check in your car.
Yeah.
And then, yep, we got that all set up, and then we drove to our little cabin. I don't know if you want to pull up the cabin. Let me good to show there. There's my beautiful little car and the cute little cabin. I was dying to stay in these, and I had to stay in them this year. Okay, so I don't know if some of you have heard, but Fort Wilderness is going to become part of the DVC family starting next year. They're going to be refurbishing these cabins, and I've seen the pictures of what they're supposed to be refurbishing them into, and I feel like it's a shed in somebody's backyard. That's what it reminds me of. It doesn't look.
It's a she shed.
It's not even a she shed. It's like the Incredible Hulk shed. I'm like, ugh. They're green and they're brown. I'm like, ugh. Yeah, I just saw it. I was just like, and that screams wilderness. How? No, not to me. So I was desperate to stay in the cute little log cabins. I will, I have my bucket list. I have to stay in every single resort. So when it fully turns into DVC, that will become something that I have to stay in at some point. Yep. So, but I wanted to compare and contrast the old one and the new one. So, yeah. So we drive up to the cabin. So we get in, we get all unpacked, and then we go over to the we hop on a bus, and we go back to the outpost where we checked in, and we rented a golf cart. We got ourselves a little golf cart. I got to drive a golf cart for the first time. That was an experience. It was pretty fun. Getting lost in. Okay.
That's
so
easy to do over there.
It is. So we had the map. Okay. So we drove. We found our cabin. So we went back to the cabin, unpacked a little bit. Like, all right. We wanted to go get something to eat, and then we were going to go to these campfire sing-along. We wanted to do this campfire sing-along and roast marshmallows and do all that fun stuff. So we went to Trails End to eat dinner. It was okay at best. Not the best meal I've ever had by far. It was okay.
What did you get?
I got the pulled pork sandwich, which was supposed to be mac and cheese. They didn't give me mac and cheese. They gave me French fries, and I'm like, oh. But I was like, we were running out of time, so I was like, all right, it doesn't matter. I'll eat it. Dad had the chicken nuggets and the fries.
So that food, was it you approached the front and they put it in a container or a plate for you, or did you go over to like the warming area and you just grabbed the prepackaged things?
Nope. You went to order. We ordered it at the register, and they give you like a little buzzer thingy, and you put it on your table, and then they find you, and they bring it right from the kitchen to your table.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So that was nice. That was a nice touch. But as I said, the food was fair. I'm like, So then we hopped back in the golf cart, and we found our way to the meadow, which is where they had the campfire sing-along. The movie that night was Fox and the Hound, by the way.
Oh, wow.
We didn't stay for that. Dad and I had a hot date with the card table. So, yeah. So that's, we forego that. But we got there in time to do, we roasted marshmallows. Now they had a little like truck, food truck off to the side. They were selling the s'mores kits, bags of marshmallows, and sticks. So for $4.25, you could get a bag of 20 marshmallows, and for 50 cents, you can get a stick, and then you could roast your marshmallows. Or for $10, you get the whole s'mores kit. So I thought it was nice. It was nice to have a little bit of, flexibility there, and that was fun. Dad and I had fun roasting marshmallows. It was cool. And then the guy that was doing the sing along, he was fantastic. That was a fantastic show. Chip and Dale came out for a little bit, and did some stuff with him, and then he did a lot of the he got the audience engaged. He was very engaging, very very fun, very good singer. Oh, here comes Dad again.
That guy was unbelievable with the songs he was singing and the music and his attitude. I enjoyed every moment.
Yeah, Dad.
Yeah, I remember him. He was good.
Yeah.
He was good. That was a good show.
It was. And then we got up at the end. They brought Chip and Dale out. We made a circle and we were dancing, hokey pokey with Chip and Dale and all that. It was fun. That was fun. And then, so here's, we had to make our way up to Settlement where Trails End is. So we get in the golf cart and I'm looking at the map and I'm like, okay, I think I'm pretty much know where we're going. So I'm like, okay, so I start driving and I'm driving up the road that I think I'm supposed to be on. And all of a sudden I start seeing these signs saying no trespassing, construction in progress. I'm like, where am I? Okay, but I have to keep going this way because that's the way to Settlement. I'm like, there it is on the map. I gotta get there. And we drove past, and all of a sudden we see like one of the security guards chasing after us in a golf cart. And he's like, where are you guys going? He's like, did you not see the 10,000 do not trespass signs? And I'm like, but I pull up my map. I'm like, but I'm supposed to go here. Like, what road am I on? He goes, no, you're all the way over here. And I said, how'd I get over there? So I took a wrong turn, and we ended up in the construction area. Again, I don't know if you guys have heard they're planning another resort, in back of Fort Wilderness. I don't know if it was going to be with the new cabins or it's the new resort that they're building. But they are planning a new one. They have filed a permit for a brand new resort, and I think that was the construction site that we were on. So I got a little sneak peek of where that's going to be.
You didn't have a hard hat, so that was you had to turn around. Had you had a hard hat, he would have been fine. You could have just went right on.
Yeah. So
bring the hard hat next time.
I know. So so that was an interesting experience. I got lost, but then then I started the map. I'm like, oh, okay, now I know what I did. So I didn't make that mistake again. Because normally I'm pretty good with directions. So we found our way up there, and then we found our way to the meadows, and it was interesting. Then we made our way back to the cabin. Okay, so Corey, you have.
Let's look at the cabin quickly.
Oh yes, do the pictures of all the. I did all the cabin. Okay, so
So this was cozy.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the bedroom. So you got it's like a queen size bed, and then the bunk beds. Okay, so my issue with the bunk beds.
Who got the top and who got the bottom?
I did not. No, we did not sleep in the bunk bed.
When I stayed, Jill took the top bunk and I took the big bed because it was just Jill and me. So she wanted to sleep in the bunk. So it was cozy though.
So
you may go.
Thank you. But I have more pictures. You can show more pictures of the cabin. I sent you a whole bunch.
Yeah, this is how it goes. You just keep talking, and I'll put the pictures up.
Okay.
You don't have to tell me. She's a rookie.
Okay.
She's a rookie still.
This is episode 23. We're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like 3 for her. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. So the bathroom. Okay. So my issue with the bunk beds. Okay. On the top they have. Yeah, they have. You couldn't see it in this picture, but there's a beam that goes right where you see the top where that picture ends. There's a beam that goes across the room, and if you're not tiny, you're gonna sit up and hit your head on the beam. So that was one of my things. I'm like, okay. I don't know about that, but it's made for children. So it's made for children. So, so yes, I took that bed. I took the bed, and then there's a pull-out couch in the living room. Okay, so that's where my story. Okay, Corey, remember the picture that I told you I had the story about? There we go. Okay, so there is a story behind this couch. So we're trying to pull out the couch for Dad to sleep on for the night. So it's a very simple pull-out couch. You take the handles, you pull up, and you walk away. So Dad and I are tugging on this thing, and it ends up jackknifing. It was jackknifed like a tractor trailer. And we kept pulling on it. All it was doing was pulling it away from the wall. And it was just like this jackknife in the center. And I'm like, what is going on with this bed? So we tried to push it back in, and that's how you saw it was like all lopsided like that. So I'm like, oh my God, it's broken. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like 10:30 at night, and this bed is broken. I'm like, yikes. So I call up, guest services, and they're like, oh, we'll send somebody over to help you with it. I said, I don't know. It's going to need a little bit more help. A little more than help, that's for sure. So they came in, and she's looking at it, and she's trying to pull it. She's like, yep, it's broken. I'm like, yeah, I could have told you that. I'm like, I think it's pretty obvious now that it's broken. So what ended up happening, they sent one of the engineers, I guess from like the engineering crew, and he
Well, they
looked
needed
at it.
Imagineering.
Yeah, well, he came by, and he's looking at it. He's just like, this is broken. I can't fix this. I'm like, when is nobody going to get it? It's broken. Yes, we got it. Can we do something about it, please? So what ended up happening was the manager of the hotel services ended up calling me, and he's like, look, we actually have the cabin across from you is actually empty right now. We can move you over there. Because there's no way we're going to be able to get to fix this couch. Because I'm looking and I'm just like, well, maybe you could just sleep in one of the bunk beds overnight. And I'm like, I'm going to wind up with a split head because I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night and crack my head open on that beam, or kill myself behead myself under the bottom because I'm not a child. I'm not this big. So so they moved us across the street. Which was okay because that's they sent someone to help us bring all the luggage over, so that was nice. And as a as like a they gave us complimentary Genie Plus for the park next day, so I get to review Genie Plus because I've never used it before. So yes, okay. So that was that was my little review. Now, okay, so overall, my overall thoughts about Fort Wilderness. It was okay. I mean, it was cute. I liked the log cabin-y thing. I thought it was a little small. Not a lot of space. And the fact that, really, if you have more than 2 adults, if you're not like a couple and are going to sleep in that other bed, like together, like I know my friend Janelle was supposed to originally stay with us for this trip, and I'm like, I would have ended up in the bunk bed and probably had a cracked open head. So I'm kind of, not that I'm sad that she didn't join us, but it was kind of like, okay. Oh, yeah. So, Chippendale. Yay. So yeah, it was okay. It was a little dated. Yes, it was definitely dated. There were no USB ports. There's no USB ports in the entire cabin. There's only regular plugs. So we couldn't charge our Magic Band Pluses. So that was different. I was like, okay. So I get that they need refurbishing, but what they're going to turn them into is, to me, doesn't scream Fort Wilderness. It just doesn't. I thought it was a little bit of a hassle that you have to travel all over the place. For me, it was not one of my favorite places to stay. Honestly, the food at the Trail's End was just not, no. Nope, not my favorite. It was cute. It was unique. Stayed there. We'll stay there again for maybe 1 or 2 nights when it turns over to DVC. Not my favorite resort to stay in. So that was my review.
Excellent. I enjoyed all the things you did. I think my review would be pretty spot on with you. I mean, the electrical portion of that definitely needs to be updated. Like, you got to update the USB ports at this point. Excuse me. So I would agree with that part, but it's Fort Wilderness, man. I think you leave it just like it is. I don't know if anybody's complaining, but it's Fort Wilderness. You go there for what it is. I mean, there's a good amount of trailers there.
Mm-hmm.
You can put your tent there. And if you want to stay in a cabin, yes. And for size, it is small. If I picture our family there, Tammy and I would take that bed, and I know the way my family is. Jill would happily take the pull-out couch if it works. And,
yeah.
Jacob would probably take the bunk bed or something. So we would fit fine. I like the coziness of it. I'm totally fine with it. And I would stay there again. I would be happy to stay there again. And I love the fact that you can rent a golf cart and you can just ride around. If it's not something you do on a normal basis, I think that's one of the unique novelties of staying at a Disney resort is just that. So Tammy says she loved riding around in it too. So I would love to go back there again. I loved our experience there. And what else can I say? One last thing. I was mind blown by I felt like we lived in Maine. I mean, we know what it's like to be out in the woods. To look up over the trees at some point and see Magic Kingdom was mind blowing to me. I'm like, okay, you can get the feeling of escaping to the woods, and you can also be on Disney property. So that's a really big plus, in my opinion, in review of Fort Wilderness.
Wilderness Lodge.
Oh,
for me.
I
like
Wilderness Lodge is beautiful. I was there the other night. I love it.
I'll take that one hands down.
It reminds me of Alani. It reminds me of Alani when you're in the pool, only because, and there's nothing else, but the size of the building. I marveled at the size of the building when I was in the pool, surrounded by how tall it is, and Alani's like that. So that those two are similar to me in just that respect. Mm-hmm. Obviously, maybe you guys missed one, like another nice little novelty, we'll say, is the electric light parade goes by every night, and you get to go out on the dock with hardly anybody out there. And it's like you get your own personal show. So we did that live. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty cool too. So yeah, I like it. It's a nice little gem. And no, they should not redo everything like Cathy says. Your thoughts, Lawrence, if any?
There was a guy, I think his initials were WD, who said progress must go on. And so I think that's where they are with those. I looked at the pictures of the new ones, and it's almost like the tiny houses.
Mm-hmm. That's what it reminds me of.
That's what it reminds me of. And I think, the next generation underneath us will probably fall in love with them.
Yep.
And that's probably where they're going with that.
Yep.
I'm good with a cabin the way that now no USB ports on the whole thing is just crazy to me. But like we stayed last year at Jellystone Park out in the mountains in North Carolina, and it was very similar to that. So I do hope to stay there before it switches over, and then maybe even after it switches over, just to compare.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I was desperate to stay there before it became the tiny houses, because I wanted to compare and contrast.
Yeah.
And I like the outside of the log cabins. I think they're adorable.
Right.
And they fit. The new ones just don't fit the theming for me. It doesn't scream wilderness. It screams, I built a tiny house in the middle of the woods. That's what it screams to me.
It's a trailer park,
Yeah,
it's a trailer park.
And that's
it's
what
a
it
trailer
looks
park.
like.
Those are trailers. Those are trailers. I know a guy that was involved. I know a guy that was involved in that. He's like, oh yeah, we just shipped him down the highway in halves, pulled him in, put him together like a trailer. So Amanda Orloff says, what's your opinion on All-Star Resorts? I'm staying there in January. Amanda, I fully endorse those. I love them. They are, a lot of these resorts are my favorites, but I love the All-Star Resorts because, listen, when we go on vacation, you know, our last thoughts when we came to Disney for vacation was really not about the resort as much. It was about value and how little can we spend there. And we're just be in the parks all the time. We need a place to like lay our head, but we want a resort day or two to relax. So, you know, so I love the All-Star Resorts. If you're looking for value, you're going to get it, you know, the best you can on Disney property. And they're beautiful. The theming there is amazing. And I encourage you to walk through all three resorts and compare and contrast and just enjoy all of that. I love the All-Star Resorts, and I would love to stay there soon. We haven't stayed there in a long time.
We are staying there in March in a family suite. And I'm trying to think of the last time we stayed there. But we've stayed at music and we stayed at movies.
I've never done sports.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I've done that twice. I've done sports twice, movies twice, and music once.
yeah, it's it's a great resort. You know, it's a value resort. You can get it pretty inexpensive. It's the least expensive of all the resorts outside of the campground.
Yes.
It's the cheapest of all the resorts. So definitely, if you're going to spend a lot of time at the parks, nothing wrong with doing All Stars. They got a great, huge food court, so plenty of food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner there. And it's not as spread out to me as I originally thought before I stayed there. I thought it looked really big on the map, but to me, it wasn't. It wasn't like it wasn't like it was so far away.
When I was going through a lot of ideas of what to do at the end of December for a stream or two while we're outside of the parks, that was actually a strong idea I came up with the other day. I don't even know if I discussed it with you.
You did, yeah.
Was why don't we all want to show, you know, the mid-range, the higher range resorts when we live stream and all that. Me and everybody else. I'm like, why don't we take it down a few notches and just why don't we walk through all three All-Stars? And enjoy that for an evening, you know? So that's still not off the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So very good.
Throw up the sponsors.
Yeah, let's do that. Hold on, I lost my place now. Okay, I'm right here. Oh, let me take that comment down from Terry. She stated all of them as well. And yeah, hang in there, everybody. We still have we're gonna finish up with In the Parks. This week in the parks, and we're just going to hit our sponsors real quickly here. And looking for a home that offers the perfect blend of luxury, comfort, and convenience with Disney World in your backyard? Victor Naraki is a licensed realtor with Vision Home Real Estate LLC. He is here to help you find the home of your dreams. With over 13 years of experience in the vacation home market and a proven track record of success, Victor is the perfect partner to guide you through every step of the home buying process. So why wait? Visit DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com today to learn more about Victor's exclusive range of properties and schedule a viewing with him today. Your dream home is just a click away. If you're planning your next Disney vacation, consider booking with Your Magical Adventures Await. Claudia is a Disney travel agent who can create a magical adventure to any Disney park worldwide, including Walt Disney World in Florida, Disney Cruise Lines, Alani Resort in Hawaii, and guided group vacations with Adventures by Disney. She can also plan Universal Studios trips. The best part? If you book with her, her services are free. Disney pays her to help you create a seamless, magical adventure. Her availability is unmatched, and you can contact her Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Make your magical planner Claudia Anderson today from Your Magical Adventures Await by calling her at 956-455-8049. You can also follow her on Instagram, all one word. Winter is not too far away, and you'll soon be needing to bundle up. Keep your head warm and stylish with the Arctic Fox collection of winter hats. If you love the look of the classic beanie, we've got you covered. The creator of the company is known as Task Force 68, an industrial trance music producer from Detroit, throwing his hat into the ring of fashion. Arctic Fox hats are designed to keep you warm and comfortable all winter long. Winter is coming, so why wait? Shop their Etsy collection today and find the perfect hat to keep you cozy all season long. You can find the link in the description below in this video, or just click the QR code on the screen.
Yep.
You-
Can't hear you, Corey.
You're muted, Corey.
There you go. It took its time.
Yeah.
So yeah, Arctic Fox is a new sponsor for us, obviously, and they contracted for basically a month-to-month deal there. So if you need a winter hat, check them out, and if you do, we may have them back as a sponsor for the next month. We live in Florida, but I didn't even ask them. Like, they should really send me I'll send them a message. Send me a hat, and I'll throw it on one of these chilly nights in Disney, because we'll get that. All right, it's time for our final segment this week in the All right, hey, I remember where I was to start off. So while Cathy was enjoying Jollywood, I was enjoying Magic Kingdom on that Saturday. It's open till midnight.
Yeah.
So I was really excited about that. I was really, really excited about that. It's just been so long since we've been able to be at Magic Kingdom till midnight. And guess what? We closed the park out. We were the last ones to leave.
Surprise.
We were mainly the last ones to leave too, because it was downpouring when we ended the live stream, and we were under the awning from the confectionery, just trying to wait for it to slow down, and then finally a cast member came over. She's like, yeah, you're gonna have to move on. I just started walking away. I'm like, okay, we're getting wet. So we left the park, and it rained so much, and it was weird being Florida. You wouldn't think this would happen, but we were cold. We got to the boat, and we were freezing. Like, our shirts were just stuck to us, and it was cold, and it made for memories. We laughed, and we left with Steve Bullock and family. And I'm like, Steve, a year from now, you're going to look back on this and laugh with us. Remember that time we left Magic and we were soaking wet and freezing.
And Jill doesn't like the boat as it is. So I know she wasn't too excited about that.
Exactly. She was definitely rooting for the bus, but we had to make our way over to the boat and made the best of that. Anything else I'm missing for Saturday? Anything else that happened with us?
No.
Seems like a pretty good time. Oh, so we did go to I always have to think of this name, and I don't know why, but Cosmic Rays. And it's the first time I've eaten at Cosmic Rays since the menu changed over.
How was the
is
clam
already-
chowder at Cosmic Race?
Okay, so let's talk about that, Cathy. This is what I did. What an idiot. What an idiot. Idiot live. Like,
Okay.
I think I finally told everybody, or they figured it out. But so it was a matter of, we were trying to figure out where we were going to eat. And basically, for quick service for me at Magic Kingdom, when you're talking quick service, you're talking Pecos Bills, which I would eat there 9 times out of 10 all the time. But the family doesn't like it. So I either have to eat alone or go eat what they're going to eat.
Or when I'm with
I've
you,
been
I'll
mixing
eat
it up,
with
though. Yeah. And I've been mixing it up lately. I had a Casey's hot dog the time before, the Saturday before, which I
Still
really
have
do
not had
love
one.
that.
I still
Oh my
have
God.
not had a
You
Casey's hot
got
dog.
Yeah,
you have to have a Casey's hot dog.
Yeah.
It's what
Still haven't had one.
unless I'm forgetting, it's the best hot dog I've had in my life. Like, it's super tasty. It is. So back to Cosmic Rays, I hadn't eaten there. And finally I was like, you know what, Tammy, I just want to eat with you guys. So wherever you go, I'm going to go. So, and then she ended up ditching me for that because Jacob didn't want to eat there. So I went to Cosmic Rays along with Pamela and Jim and Tony and Steve. So we went, and I go to mobile order, and apparently my thumb hit Columbia Harbor House and not not Cosmic Rays, because I knew there was a new menu. And so I said on stream, and I don't know if you picked up on this then, Lawrence, but I'm like, oh, they have clam chowder.
Oh,
How
I
about
picked up
that?
on it. I was like,
They have clam chowder.
why did they
Okay.
have clam chowder?
I know. I'm like, okay, I'm having clam chowder, and oh, they have a fish sandwich. Let's go for it. So I'm all excited. All right, let's try this new stuff. And you know, my order says it's up and ready, but it says Columbia Harbor House, and I'm like, all right, maybe this is a weird thing. Maybe someone else on my Disney experience is in the park that I don't know, and they're ordering something. For all I know, Lawrence is ordering something or whatever. And hey, Kimberly Park World, she says it's one of her favorites. I wish I would have tried it. Now I'm gonna go there because I want the fish sandwich. And so I'm standing there, and I go up and I show the girl my number, and it's ready, and she's looking. She can't find it, and I'm looking, and I'm like, this says Columbia Harbor House though. She's like, I'm sorry, what did you order? And then it clicked. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, you know what? I think I ordered from Columbia Harbor House. So I was ready for the answer she was going to give me. And she's like, oh, you're going to have to go there. I go, oh, no, I'm not going there. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, my family and friends are here. It was $20. Can you give me something that equals that or comes close? You know? So she brought one of the managers over. She's like, I'll set you up. What do you need? And I'm like, thank you so much. And I'm like, throw some food at me. What adds up? She's like, I can get you a burger and fries. We'll kind of get close to that. I'm like, let's go for cheese. I got mac and cheese. So it was all good. And you know what? That burger was good.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm in the mood it was well done, literally.
It's one of my
but
favorite burgers in the whole place.
It was good. You know what it was? It was very close, if not spot on, to the same burger quality as Connections, the French burger I get.
Mm-hmm.
So I would endorse it. If you want a burger, I would endorse going to Cosmic Rays for that burger. The other thing is the mac and cheese. You can't compare it to Homecoming, but that mac and cheese was good. That mac and cheese was good. It was better than Kraft out of the box. It was between Kraft out of the box and Velveeta out of the box. So it was good. It was good. So had a nice experience over there at Cosmic Rays on Saturdays. Saw the fireworks. Loved, and I reached my goal of being on. What did Steve say? Corey lost the restaurant like he lost his car. I think Steve lost his car the other night, actually. I was able to obtain my goal of being on the People Mover at midnight. So yay. Great night with great friends, and loved it. And the rain really held off. It was supposed to be nasty all night, and we really didn't get that rain for us until the very, very end. So that was good. Tammy said, you thought you could get chowder and fish sandwich at Cosmic Rays? I don't even know if Tammy knows that story. So she might be hearing that for the first time. Hi, Mom. And so that's all I could think of for that. Saturdays. Glad for Tammy to do a little bit more on the stream than she's used to, because she really needed to relieve me. My voice was really, really escaping me by the end. It was bad. And that set me up for some failure. And so Sunday, I did not talk all day. Locked myself in my room and watched football all day.
Tammy,
so that was good.
How was Sunday? Was that beautiful?
A couple of times she's like, stop talking. I'm like, okay, just want to tell you something. And so we've been recovering, and as all you all can hear, I don't have to talk that loudly this close to the mic. So I think I'll be 100% by Saturday, but we'll give Tammy more time with you all, as we should anyway. So that's all good there. What did we do? What are we touching on? Oh, so we did a unique night. We did Disney Springs on a Tuesdays, and we went to Enzo's, and love the theming. Love the booths. The booths were great. The atmosphere was very good. The food, I was telling Loris this earlier. So I always process a food review better the next day. So I'm going to be a little more accurate to what I think and precise. And so here's a couple of things, though. Here's the eggplant. That was the eggplant that Steve got. And it was thin layers of eggplant marinara, Fior latte mozzarella, Parmigiano basil, and spaghetti pomodoro. And he was very pleased with it. He was very, very pleased with that. And this was mine. I didn't get your dad's spaghetti or yours. I didn't load them in time. But these are two I loaded in. And this was what Cathy said they were known for. It was a $38 dish, pasta della nonna, rigatoni pasta, short rib, meatball, sausage, pomodoro sauce, and Parmigiano. So the pomodoro sauce was good. I feel like it was maybe slightly above average, but I do like the darker sauces better for me, my preference. The rigatoni at first, my first two bites was, whoa, this is way undercooked, but the rest was fine. And the meatball could have been the best meatball I've ever had. It was super, super tasty. Whatever spices they used in it, it was very, very good. And the short rib was good. The short rib was good. The meat on its own was very good. I prefer it with some kind of barbecue sauce instead, but it was a nice touch having it there in the rigatoni. And the sausage was good. Sausage is sausage for me most of the time. That was probably a little slightly above average. So the overall dish at $38, I didn't like the portion size. I left hungry. So for that reason, I won't go back to Enzo's. Glad we tried it. Goes without saying that we had a good time with friends in the stream. You know, that part doesn't count. But it's just too small of a portion for me for the price. So I'm out on Enzo's from now on. I don't know if you want to add a little something to that, Cathy, but that's where I'm at.
Well, that was my third time there. I love Enzo's. I don't have as big of an appetite as you, so that portion I had was just fine for me.
That's true too. That's true.
Yeah. And I love the atmosphere. I just love the atmosphere. The food is tasty. I've had three different things, all three different times I've had three different things. That cannelloni that I had was new to the menu. That was not on the menu the first two times I went. So that was a brand new dish, which is why I had to try it. But it was really good. I enjoyed it. It was probably my favorite out of the three things I've eaten there.
Okay.
What about?
And when we left, we got. Oh, go ahead.
What
about
the
what?
prices on the other dishes? Were they about the same as that in that $30 range, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a little.
What was the name of yours, Cathy?
It's the cannelloni.
Okay, that's not on the menu I'm looking at. So
Yeah, it's something cannelloni. It was.
that's weird because it's the online menu.
She had
Yeah,
the secret menu.
I guess so.
But the eggplant was $29.99 or $29. So the main dishes, I'll tell you this: the spaghetti that her dad got was $30. Mine was $38. Ravioli formaggi is $28. Salmon is $36. Linguine was $29. Eggplant $29. Lemon oregano pollo arrosta maybe is $32. And lastly, the bistecca alla griglia. I don't think that was on the menu. I don't know, but that's
It
a
was.
grilled 16-ounce English
It was.
ribeye
It
for
was.
$52.
Yeah, the first time I had the chicken. The first time I went, I had the chicken. Yeah, I won't have that again. And then the second time I had the pasta della nonna. And then this time, as I said, I think that cannelloni was a brand new menu item because I'd never seen it before. So that's why I took it. And I'm like, I was pleased. I was pleased with my choice. It was definitely very good.
Very good. So I hope that was all helpful for all of you listening. And Michelle says, will there be any new Thanksgiving emojis? Yeah, I'll throw a turkey in there for you this week.
Where's my emoji, Corey? You keep forgetting.
you know,
I know. I
you
need
know
to
what?
come
You know,
over and scream.
you want to know what? You want to know what some people don't know is I'm limited on them.
Mhm.
I'm limited on them. So if you all want to see more emojis, we need more LID Club members. YouTube only gives out so many based on how many members you have. So if y'all want, so I have to either delete some if I want to add some. So if we just want to keep adding, we need more LID Club members. That's how it goes.
So I put a poll
we
up.
need a Cathy emoji at some point, maybe, but you know, we're those are hard to come by.
Yeah. So I put a poll up. I don't know if you saw it, Corey, but if you're in the chat, do us a favor and answer. So the question is, do you watch the DIZ pod? Watching for the first time, I never miss it, or only when I get a chance. We like to just know, who's watching for the first time. Right now, about 20% of the viewers are here for the first time. So welcome. We definitely
Hey,
appreciate
everyone.
you watching.
Join the fun.
I always want to know too, of those new viewers, are you seeing us for the first time, period, or have you seen us in the parks live, which is what we really specialize in? But I'm starting to think we specialize in this too. This is becoming very natural, and I think we're putting on a pretty professional show.
I think so.
So I challenge anybody to say no.
Yeah, so Catherine says, hi, newbies. Yes.
Oh, we do. Shannon says we need a DIZ pod emoji. Yeah. Okay. We need a DIZ pod emoji, don't we?
There you go.
Well, so 3 of us have to be on there.
That's too small.
You won't be able to
you won't be able to see it.
So if you would, everybody in chat, since we didn't get to do a giveaway on Tuesday, I'm going to do a giveaway on the show tonight. I've got a set of pins that I ordered. So if you put Jolly in the chat before we go off the air, we will select a random winner. So make sure to type Jolly in the chat. Jolly for Jolly.
Jolly in the chat.
Wood.
And we will be making an announcement soon. We're going to launch a fun contest for the holidays, and we'll announce details on that really soon. It'll be unique to what we've done so far. So I'll get the details together and present that soon, before Thanksgiving, hopefully. Yeah.
Very nice.
Roni, yes.
If you're watching on the rewatch, make sure to leave us a comment. If you're new, obviously you can't participate in the poll. So if you're new, just leave us a comment. We want to welcome all of our new watchers, viewers, and listeners. So yeah, leave us a comment. Let us know how you found this. That'd be pretty cool to see.
I'm glad you're remembering that. One thing I want to do, I'm going to give Alicia something else to do now. She'll do it too. Don't let me forget. I'm feeling like YouTube will share us out more to people if comments are made before the stream starts or after. So I'm going to start asking you all, initially people are in and out with the podcast, so there's not that many, but we're in the parks. There's hundreds of people watching. I want to see, at least 50 comments. Just throw something down, say love it or something. It doesn't have to be long, but we want to try this for a few weeks and see if we start seeing new names and faces coming into the channel. And I think YouTube pays a lot of attention to comments afterwards. So I want to see if that works. So please leave some comments, everyone, when the stream ends tonight. And if you're listening on the rewatch, please leave comments as well. Oh yeah, I did see the membership. Thank you, Tammy. We want to say blast the chat for Steve Bullock and Tony as they dropped a gift and it was picked up by Frederick. And congratulations, Frederick. What does that give you? It gives you a $5 membership as part of the LID club. Your name gets highlighted in green and you get the badge next to your name. You get the use of all of those wonderful emojis. And we encourage you when your 30 days runs out, we'd love to have you as a paid member. And enjoy. So yay. All right. Shannon says she'll do it for me. Oh, thank you, April. April's going to do it for me too. It's just another way to help. It's another way to help the channel. You know, we got to get this community bigger. We've already made it great. Let's make it greater. So
Yeah,
jolly was the word.
YouTube
Only
likes,
3 entries tonight.
YouTube likes viewer engagement. So comments before and after the chat certainly help. All right, so we have 13 entries, and I'm gonna hit the draw button.
Hey, Spencer!
Spencer!
Good for you, Spencer.
Spencer, yes, you won a set of avatar pins. So I will be getting those out to Corey, and he can give them to you in the parks. When he sees you, you haven't been around lately. Working hard, I guess.
Oh, Spencer should change his name to Waldo. It's always like, where is Waldo in the world?
So blast the chat, everybody, for Spencer. Congratulations, Spencer.
Yeah, we have to say Kungaloosh.
Kungaloosh.
Kungaloo.
Spencer deserves it. Spencer deserves it. He's a great friend and great supporter of the channel. We love Spencer.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Always a pleasure having you all here. We love having you here live, whether it's in the studios or in the parks. I don't use those words lightly. Truly, truly love you all and your support. We have definitely made an extended family, and we're looking to continue to grow this family. Let your friends, family, pets know that we are here. And so, yeah, I think we did a good job tonight. We covered Wilderness Lodge a little bit and Fort Wilderness a lot.
Yeah.
And Jollywood, if you're just joining, go back and listen to the Jollywood review. I think it was an excellent review and full detail and opinions, and make your own choice. Lawrence and I will be there on December 6th to bring it to you. Looking forward to all of you being there with us. And maybe together we can all kind of feel better about it by then, and we can compare.
Yeah.
We'll see if there's any changes.
Yeah.
So for the DIZ pod, everybody, I'm Corey.
Speaking of changes, sorry.
Oh,
We are moving next week's schedule.
yes.
So next week we will not be live on Thursday for the podcast. We will be doing the DIZ pod this coming Monday. So you get us a couple days from now because Thursday is Thanksgiving. And I won't even be here. We'll be visiting some friends. So no podcast on Thursday. The podcast will be Monday.
That's right. Glad you added that programming note.
Yes.
So, yeah. All right, everyone. We love you all. We'll see you next. I'll be live at Epcot, and we're going to have some fun. It's the final day of Epcot Food and Wine Festival. So what do? We eat everything at all the booths. Nom, 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 nom. No, I can't eat that much, but we're going to eat and have some fun. So we'll see you all then. Have a wonderful rest of your night, everyone. And if you watch on the rewatch, have a good rest of your day. So for the DIZ pod, I'm Corey.
I'm Lawrence.
I'm Cathy.
And have a good night, everyone.